Okay, now let's get started. So before I say or discuss about what is confidence interval, right? Guys, can someone able to figure it out what it might be referring to? Confidence and a certain interval. Anyone who would like to share a small story using the words present in it? Anyone? Give it a try. No? Okay. So say as an example, you have a population data set, okay? And now you take a sample out of your population and you complete your analysis on your sample and try to extrapolate the particular sample results to that of your population. Agree? So this is how pretty much that how it works in the inferential statistics. Okay. So say as an example, I'm saying I take a sample data of around 100,000 records, right? And I calculated the mean of all those 100,000 people who are participating in that particular sample analysis, and their average height came to be 165 centimeters, right? Now if I have to extrapolate this the value to that of your population, are we trying to use the same value or we are trying to change the value? Nice. How is it working? Guys, able to follow?
Can you repeat, Dhanush?
Okay, say as an example, there is a population data of 1 million records, and I took a 100k records as my sample, right? I calculated the height of all those people who participated in this particular sample came to be 165 centimeters. Now, are we trying to, if I have to talk about the population, what is the value that I would refer to?
The same value.
The same value. Excellent. It means whatever the value that I got out of my sample analysis is been related to that of your population data also. Agree? Guys, everyone agree to this point?
Yeah.
Right? So this is how general analysis will work, and we call this as point estimate. What does it mean with point estimations? We estimate the population mean to that of the mean of the sample, right? Whatever the single value that you got out of your sample is being extrapolated to that of your population data. So in all such cases where we are trying to refer to a single value, we call them as point estimate. But as you know, can we always be confident enough? Can we say that with 100% confidence, with 100% probability that the population heights would be of 165 centimeters? Can we, guys?
No, sir.
Definitely not, right? Due to a number of factors. I'm not here to discuss those factors, but definitely banking on a single point estimate would always will not ensure us 100% confidence. But if I can say a little smartly saying that maybe I will try to choose these limits such that there is certain specified probability. Say that I will now, instead of saying 165 centimeters, I will select with a 90% confidence or with 90% probability that the heights would vary between 160 to 170. Does this mean little better than the earlier ones? Guys, what do you say?
Yeah.
Yes, so this is what is called as confidence interval. So what does it mean? When we use samples to provide the population estimations, we cannot be certain that they will be accurate. In all the earlier cases, we have been referring to 165 CEMS. That's it. But would they be 100% accurate? Definitely not. There would always be some amount of uncertainty which needs to be calculated. And how this uncertainty can be calculated? The limits are chosen such that there is a specified probability that the population parameter will be those limits. So whatever I took as 160 to 170 is a certain interval or a range with a example 90% probability. Make sense, guys? Are we clear? Instead of doing a point estimations, we are trying to calculate certain interval based upon some methodology that I'm going to teach you, which is generally called as confidence interval. Are you clear what it is all about? Ideally, we try to take a single output of your sample and try to relate or extrapolate or extend it to the population thing. But as you know, there would always certain there will be certain uncertainty which needs to be calculated, and that if you calculate this uncertainty, it is nothing but your confidence interval, which will give you an extra width or extra range of values with a little less probability. Say as an example for the same thing. Now I wanted to say with 80%. Now what would be the range? To keep it simple, nice. What would be the range? Maybe I will try to extend it to maybe 155 to maybe 175. Right? You got this point?
Yeah.
So this is what it is called as confidence interval. Very, very important and very, very useful thing too. So whenever you don't want to take a chances by quoting a single value, it is always better to understand what is the distribution of your data, right? And based upon your distribution of data, you can definitely make use of your confidence interval topic for us to give it. So this is generally written as A less than mu, then B is equals to 90%. So this is how simply you'll be able to calculate this particular interval is generally named as confidence interval. Clear on this, guys? Any questions here? Let me take a pause. Any questions? Appreciate your response.
A question, Dhanush.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So, like, how do we conclude that 90% of the population, will be falling between the limits?
So I have not yet discussed about the approach, right? I was just trying
Yeah.
to do an introduction with a certain age, right? It would be 162 or 163. Just I was trying to refer, saying that this particular interval is generally called as confidence interval, right? I'm going to take an example to show how can you calculate the confidence intervals. Okay, this is just
Okay.
an intro.
Okay.
Okay,
Dhanush.
Manish.
Yeah.
How about others? Are we good? Did you get an idea why it is important to understand confidence interval rather than always trying to talk about a single value and trying to extrapolate this to the population data? Now, the next one is, what are the steps to find your confidence interval, right? Because we have to understand how did I come up with a value called 160 as the A value and a value called 170 as part of my B value, and how did I say it is a probability of 90%, right? So let's try to understand what are the four simple steps that you need to follow to identify the confidence interval. The first step is all about choosing the population statistics. Here in this example, I'm being interested in the mean, but in every case, right, there could be any of the other population parameter that you are interested in. Then the next important thing is you need to find the sampling distribution, right? Only when you are clear about the distribution, then those formulas will make sense. Okay, then you need to decide the level of confidence, whether you wanted to calculate for 85%, 88, 90, 92, 95, it's up to you, right? So even in this definition, right, I said it is an example, right? Don't ever think that the confidence interval would only be calculated for 90%. As an example, I'm just trying to say I'm interested here to calculate the 90% probability. But depending upon your need, you can always choose a respective level of confidence. Okay. And finally, once you have these three details, the fourth step is always about trying to identify the confidence interval.